Alright guys, so you have just seen a little bit of my morning so far. I'll normally wake up at around 8:30, 9 o'clock, depending on when the light wakes me up. Then I'll get up, make my bed, and get straight in the shower to help wake myself up. At this point, I'll normally have some water, so I've got my water bottle right here. I'll finish this, which is about 1.2 litres, and then I'll have my vitamin D, because I live in the UK and there's not much sunlight. After this, I'll probably spend 5 minutes praying, and then I'll go on to do 5 or 10 minutes of reading before I do my first YouTube video of the day. So I won't be able to record that obviously because I've only got my phone camera, I've only got one, but you'll have to take my word for it. Alright guys, I've just done my reading for the day. I'm going to do a little bit more later when I'm trying to go to sleep, but I've done my 10 pages now. And just having a coffee before we head off to the gym. Today we're training back, biceps, rear delts, side delts and traps. So gonna be a good day. I'll probably have about 2, 3, maybe 4 black coffees every day. Just gives you a bit more energy. And when I start to feel a need for more caffeine, so if your tolerance gets a bit too strong, then all you can do, take a month off, don't have any caffeine, and then it hits like rocket fuel when you first take it again. So use your coffee and use nicotine, use them as tools, don't rely on them, but use them to your advantage because they will help you be more focused, be more present, and be able to do more work. So it's a good tool to have if you know how to use it without getting reliant and using it as a crutch to have the subpar performance that most people do. I'll be done. On to the gym. We just got back from the gym, so gonna do some stretches now just to limber off and make sure we're ready for the next session tomorrow, which is going to be legs. Should be good fun. So I have quite tight hip flexors, so I make sure to stretch them quite often. And as well, I do dead hangs a couple times a day, and it totaling up to 6 to 10 minutes, just to make sure my spine is fully decompressed throughout the day, which is very good for just your spine in general. This is a good stretch I found for my hip flexors, so if you're suffering from really tight hip flexors, which I know a lot of people are now, it's a very good stretch. Just anchoring your knee on the floor and trying to drive it forward, drive your hips forward, and then push your knee forward as well. Really helps stretch out the front of the quad and your hip flexor. And then you can take it to another degree, lean forward more, and that'll do your glutes and your hamstrings on the other leg, as well as still doing that hip flexor on the first leg. So while we're doing this, I normally just relax, try and meditate, try and think about what I'm going to be doing next during the day, be it editing the YouTube videos, or putting together some clips, or preparing for the work I've got to do later on. There's another level to this stretch as well, which is going to be bring your knee off the floor, and you can put a hand down, or you can do hands up, and that takes a lot more strain onto the hip flexor, which will then go on to stretch it out more. So now once I've done that, I feel a lot better. Let's go to the toe touches. I don't like fully locking out my knees because it really hurts the front of my knees, so I just do straight leg, maybe a slight bit bend, and I feel that does the back of my calves really well, as well as my upper hamstrings and glutes, and then my lower back. Lots of people, they don't prioritise their flexibility and mobility, which is going to hinder them later on in life when it comes to their joints and that sort of thing deteriorating over years of weightlifting and intense exercise. So what I'd say is make sure you're doing your mobility work consistently, even if it's just a couple times a week. It will really help, and just try and stretch out after every time you do exercise. One thing I'd say, guys, if you're working out and it's really hot and you're starting to sweat, then make sure that you wash your face after your workouts, but wash your hands before to make sure you don't get any dirt on your face. But make sure you've got a clean face after you've done your workouts so that you don't get really spotty, because no one likes that and it's just really unattractive. Alright guys, I forgot to press record, stupidly, and I've just gone through and done an hour of video editing and just chopping up all the clips and making sure that they're going to fit in the video well. And so I'll record a few more bits of footage tonight for tomorrow's video. Well, for this video that is. And I'm just editing it all together now. I'll probably put some music over it. And hopefully it'll be a good one that you guys enjoy. So we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, I've just cooked my lunch. I've had a couple of people ask me what I've been having for lunch and what my diet really consists of. So I'm going to run you through it now, and it's pretty simple. And I have the same thing every day for probably about 10 months now for lunch, if I can. Some days, if you're on holiday, if you're away, then just try and get in what you can. But it's all about consistency, and you start seeing the results of a good diet probably about after a month in. So flip the camera around here. What I normally have, so this here is 3 days worth of chicken for what I have. So this will last me 3 days. I have cut up here, I've got 2 tubs which I chuck in the fridge, and then I chuck the rest on one plate. Then for lunch every day, I have 5 eggs. It's just a mix here. That's normally just extra fat, extra protein, because chicken's a very lean meat. And then I'll have streaky bacon. I'll have 3 of these rashers because they're a bit bigger, or I'll have 5 of these because they're a bit smaller. Today I've got a mix. I'll do 2 of them and then another 3 of these sort of thing, because these are a bit smaller and thinner as well. So another thing that I want you to try and remember is try and limit your diet, or the majority of what you eat, to a minimal amount of food. So I'll have some canned mackerel. I'll have that once a day as well. and that's another 20 grams of protein. I normally aim for 200 grams of protein, but I only eat twice a day. So it'll be this lunch here, which is chicken, eggs, bacon, and mackerel. I'll have some orange juice with that. And then when it comes to dinner, as I still live with my parents, whatever they cook, I'll end up eating, but I'll try and limit the amount I have and limit the carbs I intake, because I'm on a fairly strict keto carnivore diet. So I stay away from as much carbs as I can. And then on Sundays, I'll have my cheat day, so I can eat whatever I want, whatever I feel like eating. But normally it just consists of the same thing, but I might go have a pack of biscuits or something like that. Just finished cooking lunch. I've been eating it, so cooking the eggs. And while I was cooking that, I was snacking on the chicken and the bacon, so I don't have to eat it all kind of at once and pretty quickly. So this is what it looks like half eaten. There's normally a bit more bacon, and the chicken normally goes to about here. But it's a full meal. This is normally this plus one of those little cans of tuna that I showed you guys earlier, or mackerel even, and then I'll have dinner later on, but not very much. So I'm cutting down how much I have for dinner now, just so that I can lean out a bit. That's what I want to be doing, because I'm reaching the 87 kilo mark and I want to get back down to 85 or sub 85 if I can, with a little bit less fat. So we'll see how that goes. So I've been woke for the past few hours now. It's currently 6:38. Been doing cold calls for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just had a short call with one of my mates, the guy I'm planning on moving in Thailand with. We're both on the same offer, so just talking about, and he's my accountability partner, so talking about how our days have been, what we plan to do, that sort of thing, just getting everything set up, and just waiting now to go on a group call with the team, and then see what the plan is for the rest of the night, and then continue calling until probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock, have dinner, do another couple of hours calling, then have another group call at 10:30, and then in bed by 11:30 and trying to get to sleep. Alright guys, it is the end of the day. It's currently 22:50, so that's what, 10:50 if we're using simple clock, but time for bed. Well, almost time for bed. I'm getting pretty tired, but I've got to record a couple more clips for this video and then set up my Telegram channel, which I'm going to be linking in the description of this, so please go check that out. I'll be dropping tons of value on there daily, so I'll be doing Telegram, having a channel on there for you guys to join up on and just listen to what else I have to say, as well as watching my YouTube videos if you're interested.